Yes, 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 that's the stuff. Give me this in liquid form. Let me put it directly into my veins. This is what we like to see. Fresh footage. There's the shields, there's new gun, there's homesteads, and obviously the Talon, which is looking absolutely spectacular.
You want that to be an experience for the player.
Look at it. This over-the-shoulder kind of shot they do all the time. Love it. I love it every time.
And that's why we pursued it.
Nice.
The Talon and Talon Shrike are a pair of fighters by...
Alright, so they don't tell us anything relatively new about the Talon and Shrike. Obviously, the Talon has the one with the weapon. Look at this shot! I'm such a sucker for this. Huh? How beautiful is that? They took the time to set it up this way too. So we know the Shrike has the missiles and the normal Talon has the better weapons. I'm curious to know what the difference will be between the normal Talon and, say, an Arrow or a Gladius. It's probably going to fall around the same range. But there's got to be a beautiful shot there. There's got to look at that. I love it. There's got to be a reason that you want to take out the Shrike. That's the missile boat. Over the normal Talon. And what will that be? So we know at the moment that the countermeasures system has been changed a lot. And I guess the question is, how effective will the missiles from a Shrike be in normal combat? Now, the opposing ship, there it is again, the over the shoulder. Beautiful.
When you see it, like it doesn't have to be moving, but it just looks fast, it looks agile. I love the animation on the
Alright, so the ship is fast and agile, and the Shrike has lots of missiles. The question is this. If you engage in a normal dogfight with another light fighter, how effective will you be in the Shrike versus the normal Talon? What I think it comes down to... Nice. What I think it comes down to... Nice animation of the wings opening and closing there. I gotta say... I'm going to go in two thoughts at the same time now. I'm not a fan of the back end of the ship. I'm not a fan of these long protruding feather-like things. Those things are going to snap off easily, we know. The second someone sneezes, they'll fall off. I am a fan of the front end of the ship a lot, but hey, you can't have everything. So the question I have is, how effective will you be against another light fighter in the Shrike? I'm guessing what's going to happen is you will wait for the other light fighter to use up all of its countermeasures. And maybe then your missiles will have a very good chance. Look at this landing gear. Isn't that beautiful? So neat, tucks away nicely. Beautiful. And the way to get into the ship itself, that kind of a beak opens up and in you go inside. Very original, very unique as far as Star Citizen ships go. I think maybe the Gladiator is the only other ship which brings the seat down to you. Not in this exact same way. And my favorite part of the Prowler and the Talon is this right here. When you turn the power on and everything kind of peels back, it makes this cool little sound. I love that. It is beautiful and definitely like a dessert for you. Look how aggressive that looks. I'm sorry. This is far more aggressive looking than any other light fighter in the game from the front. I'm a big fan and I cannot wait to get in there and try it out. So there was a lot more in here besides the Talon, which I'm very excited for right now. And that is also... Oh, there's more footage. Oh, they're talking about the paint job.
Visuals of the ship, and our existing shaders really just didn't give that sort of bird, avian, like iridescent shimmer to the ship. So
I wasn't sure how I feel about this iridescent paint job on the Talon. I'm a fan of black on my ships, but I gotta say, I am liking it. This kind of carbon fiber iridescence look. I don't know many games that put this much attention into material design and shading and paints. Maybe there's a couple of car games do, GTA 5 with some nice colors, but not like this in a multiplayer game. This is very unique, and I gotta really give credit to the artists there that put this kind of color schemes in there. Here we have the Talon coming for landing with for a nice family shot with the Prowler over there. This is beautiful. This is really... Look at that. Isn't that hot? And you know, each and every one of you that owns a Prowler and a Talon will be going to recreate this shot. Nice shot of how the seat works there. Off you come. And beautiful. I gotta say, I'm excited to try the Talon out, and I'm very curious to know how the Shrike is going to compete against other light fighters. So next thing which they spoke about was the LMG, which looks just to spit a crazy amount of lead or whatever projectile is made from. I can't say I've used many LMGs in this game, but I'm definitely going to be trying that one out. And they also showed some clips of the Gemini Sniper, which I had covered in a previous video. There's one with the suppressor on in this clip over here. I hope they make the suppressors a bit beefier looking than that. The next topic was the crossbow, which has been promised for I don't know how many years now. I think when it comes to stealth, this will be the weapon to choose from, as in the lowest noise making. It doesn't have any kind of heat signature, and most likely will put out a massive amount of DPS per shot. So that's where I see this weapon fitting into the game. Moving on, they then spoke about the Gladius. Here is the good part, all right? Shields. Now, whenever you've gone up against an 890 jump or a 600 or even a Constellation in the game right now, look at that. Isn't that great? You often find yourself shooting and shooting and shooting and not knowing if you are making any difference. Are you hitting anything? Is your effort to take down this large ship making any difference at all? Well, now you can clearly see that when you do penetrate the shield, it changes color from blue to that purpley kind of red, and then finally you are penetrating right through and causing those explosions on the hull itself. Here we see another state of damage where there's electrical discharges to show you the shields are weakening. And this is the other pattern they're showing you with the kind of hex pattern showing you the makeup of the shield below it. Either one's fine. I think I have a preference for this one, but the previous one is good too. And there we see basically shields going down and all the hits onto the hull. What a great visual indicator that you're actually making damage on the ship itself. And finally, they showed some more planets and moons with debris, crashed ships, and the most exciting part of this for some people are the homesteads. Actually, before the homesteads, here's something new. Water and the effects of floating on the water. So they mentioned several times, this is just very, very early testing, but it looks like there might be missions where something's fell in some ocean and you have to go and jump over things to get to it, and everything's bopping and being affected by the actual waves in the ocean itself. This is something new in Star Citizen that has not existed before. So yeah, I'm very happy. And if you're a fan of rubber ducks, here's Henry Cavill, I assume, on a rubber ducky. Rubber ducky fans rejoice, because I guess that's going to be the next concept to be sold. $500, war bond. And last but not least, they showed some very cool stuff about homesteads. Now, this excites a lot of people, because when you find that planet or moon you want to settle on and you take your panya and you build your base, this is potentially what that base is going to look like on the inside. Your home away from home when you're not on board your ship. Exciting stuff, and very happy to see this come along. That showed how these storm shutters can be closing, because you might be building on the Florida coast, for example, and you definitely need that there. Yeah, that looks great. I cannot wait to actually see this in the game itself. I am excited. Well, okay guys, let's wrap this up. If you enjoyed my content, you know what to do. Your thumbs up are most appreciated. Your comments below. Subscribe if you feel I earned it. I'll catch you in the next one.